and gentlemen. Good morning to you wherever you are. It's always a pleasure having you here on the New Times program today. Folks, before we go any further though, got some announcements to make. Of course, the New Democratic Party continues to be on the move. We want to encourage you, wherever you hear the New Democratic Party is having an event or meeting, we invite you to come out in your numbers and to be there, ladies and gentlemen. We're June, you know. We in June. And the countdown is on. Let me just bring you up to speed. First and foremost, Mariaqua. Let me say good morning to the constituency of Mariaqua. Get ready to meet and greet in a town hall meeting Sunday the 15th of June. That's going to be at Madeline Mars's shop in Correa from 2:30 to 5 p.m. Come and let us discuss. And of course, you will hear the plans that are in place to make Mariaqua better by your NDP constituency representative, Mr. Philip Jackson. So again, it's Mariaqua meet and greet, a town hall meeting on Sunday the 15th of June in Correa at Madeline Mars shop from 2:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. Come and hear the plans for Mariaqua to make Mariaqua better under the New Democratic Party's candidate for the upcoming general elections, Brother Philip Jackson. I want to make sure that you are there for that one. There are other activities. If I miss any this morning, please make sure that you send me the information so that I can make the announcements here on the program today. On Saturday the 14th, Senator Israel Bruce, gather around. Saturday the 14th of June. It's going to be happening at 7:30 p.m. in Greg's. That's a village meeting in Greg's on Saturday the 14th of June 2025 next to the community center. It's beginning at 7:30 p.m. Come and hear from the members of the New Democratic Party, including the leadership, including your representative, Senator Israel Bruce. Folks, the NDP is on the move, and we want to make sure that you are down for every single activity and event. There's much more to tell you about this morning. We got plenty to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. Let us do it. Good morning and welcome to the New Times program.
Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Properly gone. What did in darkness must come out in light. Yes. Don't you be a coward. Just stand up and fight. Remember they fight the teachers like they have no right. Remember forcing them to take vaccine. All of that was spite. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. You want to hear that again? Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Properly gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Totally gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Somebody gone. Crime situation is out of control. Every time you wake up, you're losing another soul. The people, they're not satisfied, but they're afraid to open their mouth. Why? Because if they say anything, the vaccine food up your mouth. Stop the call. Enough is enough. The people say, turn up and fight back. They gone now. They gotta go. What I tell you? Enough is enough. The people say, come. They gone now. 1, 2, 3. Totally gone. Enough is enough. The people say, they gone now. You want to hear that again and again? Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. They gone. This country in shambles. People can't get work. Young girls on the corner begging for a buck. Why? If you don't believe, come out after 6. Nah. The things you will see on the street, you can't believe it. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. What I tell you? Family gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. It's election.
I tell you, 10 minutes away from the 11 o'clock hour this morning. Hey, let me say good morning to the 3 tongues in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Hey, stick around. We opening up everything this morning.
You put on a show. So much people hungry. with no place to go. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. They gone, totally gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now.
So yeah, good morning to all 3 tongues of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I guess the rest is just villages. But hey, so good morning to you. Welcome to the New Times program. Boy, that's how it is in this country, according to E.G. Lynch. Boy, that is how it is in this country. Talk about a comedy country. What a part of the education revolution. Good morning, and welcome to the New Times program. Hey, it's a Tuesday. And in all seriousness, ladies and gentlemen, in all seriousness, while that is being said on one side of the country, for those of you who don't know, when you're flipping around in radio stations this morning, the talk is, and you see, the New Democratic Party has been very strong on this, that our economy needs rescuing. Folks, there's so much to talk about this morning. Well, let me start off by saying, let me make apologies for the chairman of the New Democratic Party. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that he might be able to make it on the program today. Tried to make some contact with the other candidates. I know Fitz has his constituency office today. Laverne Velox is going to be busy in the constituency and in her office today too as well. A lot of groundwork is being done, folks. We are in June. And the man smart enough, he ain't going to mess with Carnival. He still ain't have all 15 in place yet. We're waiting to see how things will continue to unfold and play out here. Because when you have a man out there saying St. Vincent only had 3 tongues, I mean, God help us in this country. Please, I'm begging you. What a state we are in. All right, there is much to talk about. So we're gonna all unleash it here today, and hopefully we'll get our candidates to jump in. But what I want to do too as well on the program today is Vice President of the New Democratic Party, Nigel Nature Stevenson, had a real powerful meeting and showing in Camden Park. Members of the New Democratic Party and the leadership and other candidates from the Leeward corridor were there in full solidarity, full support. I want to play you some of that on the program here today too as well. Because, Hannah, you see North Leeward, Central Leeward, and South Leeward, it's pressure for them this time around. It is pressure for them this time around. So let me big up North Leeward this morning. Let me big up Central Leeward this morning. And let me big up South Leeward this morning, holding strong with the New Democratic Party. When I tell all you, I ready to go to the polls. Like I said, the man ain't messing with Carnival. We ain't messing with Carnival. So June, July, then what? We heading into October. Independence. Look out. Look out. That's all I can say. Look out. Because after that, as they would say, straight boot, down the road. Afraid horn, but we going. Afraid horn, but we going. Because that's exactly what we going to get them. Horn. And some of them can't handle it already this morning. They're afraid it. They're afraid it because they can see it, they can tell, they can feel it in the air. The New Democratic Party continues to build momentum going into the general election. And the NDP will continue to roll out its meetings, its village meetings, its tongue meetings, and there's more than one tongue St. Vincent and the Grenadines have. So you know NDP, we're going to be up in all of them. Boy, I'm telling you. Folks, the NDP has been pushing the economy. We will create jobs. We will bring back and turn around the economy of this country. We will make it so that Vincentians can afford to look after their families, take care of their families, buy food, put their children through school in this country under a proper run economy. We have a caller on the line already. Let's see who we have. I think let's see who we have. Caller, hello.
Colin, good morning.
Morning.
How are you this morning?
I am fine, thank you. And you?
I'm good. I want to call before I go into work. I haven't called on the radio for a very long time. But you know, they always say the upholder is worse than the thief. And we sometimes miss little things, and I love the little things. I don't nitpick, but I love the little things. And there are a lot of collaborations going on in St. Vincent. And we got to watch it, Colin.
All right, I'm listening to you attentively. Go ahead.
The one that amused me was what? Vinci. What was it called? In North Windward last week, Monday. Yesterday was it?
I tried.
Everything Vinci. We gotta watch them, because let me tell you, they don't have people in mind. They have themselves. And you're gonna always look like, oh, if you talk about it, you don't want to see. Let me tell you something. The ULP need to be studied, and the operatives that they have in manipulation, because they are very good at it. If we study them, if we had studied them, we had 25 years. Let's say 25 years. We had that length of time. We see how brainwashed they have had St. Vincent, at least half of it. We see what they can do. We see what manipulation does to a human being if it is constant. But then my problem, I don't have no grounds with the government, It's the people that uphold the nastiness.
Correct.
Is what I have a problem with.
Correct.
You understand? And the people who uphold the nastiness, they are not doing it out of the goodness of the heart to bring Vinci, everything Vinci.
It's to keep themselves there and to continue to enrich themselves while they're there, to benefit from it.
Look at the agents. You got to look at them, Colin. You got to look at the three agents of that thing. And everybody will say, oh, we're trying to do something. No, you're not, because Vinci has always been Vinci. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
We've always been producing things. We've always gone down to Richmond Hill and had all kind of exhibitions. I remember as a young going to we have always had it.
I remember as a young boy on the grammar school playing field, which is between prep school and Richmond Hill. There was a big agricultural fair. Huge, massive.
But all of a sudden, you're gone in Chevron constituency, come talking about Vinci, everything. Let me tell you all something. Vincent, don't fret all yourself about the government. The government, they don't plant all the seeds. They plant all the seeds and they're bearing fruit. Because let me tell you something, what I realize, people want to stay in a particular position. And for them to stay in that position, the others have to be lower than them. And that's the mindset I see. You can't tell me that you gone down Canada one, right? In a speech, I tell you the little thing, you gotta listen to them. And this is the girl down there. Oh, that's her first part of her speech. When she was breaking up, and I see people and talking about, oh, you gotta watch Chevron. Chevron is a good organizer, this and that. Those are the terrible ones because they're only there for themselves. Don't tell me what you with both and this and that. And I hear people on this phone, oh, don't think too much of families and then enrich themselves off of us. You understand? That same family could say, oh, they enrich themselves off of us. Oh, we could say all kind of things. But I'm not gonna go there with that. But this is what she said. She said, she started to call out everybody on the platform, and she said, and Dr. Grace, or whatever her name is, we spent many days in her office planning about what we're going to do and when we're going to do this, and we wanted to do it at the same time. You in your office planning politics, what about planning for the hospital?
Correct.
What about going to a government and asking them to put more things inside? That's what you're doing in government thing, planning.
Correct.
Planning to run. We don't listen. We're too much of frill and fray, everything. We so jump with property that anything that they throw on us, we jump and clap. It's the agents, Colin. Don't bother with the government. The government is a failed entity. When you're on a stage,
but you know what, I am happy.
Funeral.
Go ahead.
When you're there, telling me about 3 tongues. It's indicative of that government. They're all dodos. Why is this surprising? Huh? I am surprised that you didn't say up tongue and bottom tongue and make it 5. Huh?
And then there are those who still want to come out, and then there's still those who want to spin that and come out and defend that and make it sound like if we take it the wrong, if we take sarcasm the wrong way, it's because we're stupid. I mean, really.
That was not sarcasm. It was done with too much conviction. And that is the problem. Let me tell you another problem that I see.
I have
Once
another
you're
caller
friends
holding, eh?
with certain people, yeah, once you're friends with people, any crap they do is okay.
Yeah.
But I'm watching them, and let me tell you this again. It's the agents you gotta watch. They all these collabs you're seeing is for one purpose and one purpose only. Look at the collaborators.
Yeah.
That's what we gotta look at.
Powerful
You have a great
observation.
day,
You
Colin.
too, my dear. All right, we have a caller on hold. Let's go to the line. Let's see who we have. Caller, hello. You still there with us?
Hi, Colin. Good morning. This is
Mo-
Laverne.
I am fine, thank you. Welcome, Madam Piaro. Glad to have you.
I wanted to, I see it's kind of hard to bat after that caller, man,
I know, right?
because I wasn't really going to get into the politics much this morning. I really wanted to call and talk about some upcoming activities that we're having. But I would add one comment because I just have to, in commenting on some of the things that you said about Stuart in Union Island. I noted that she was making a lot of remarks in her maiden speech about, and I know this is a problem here and that is a problem there, and I am wondering how the Lulu those in that party are, because if you're identifying so many issues in the southern Indians that need fixing,
You were in
is she
office for
aware
20
that it is
something
her
years.
government that is in office?
Yeah, exactly.
What have they been doing?
Exactly.
So she cannot come and separate herself from the issues that they have failed us, because you're coming and running on their ticket. So it means your party have failed us. So why should we go and vote for them this time around? Utterly ridiculous.
Absolutely.
I listen to the thing because I listen to almost everybody across different political lines, and I find that this is what more and more young people are doing as well. They're listening and they're paying attention, and it is for this reason why I know that the young people of this country will go out and vote out this Unity Labour Party, because we have a thing, we say full of top and a full of
Yep.
listen.
Yep. We have a very woke generation, especially a young generation this time around. I think they are a lot less naive than they were in the past, and they are more proactive now in terms of what is happening in their country, and they are way more involved now in what is happening in their country.
That's correct. I wanted to raise with you, Colin, the promote and tell our listeners the events that are coming up in the next couple of weeks. That we're going to be winding down as well with some events because we're coming up to the carnival season. But just before that, we've been having a series of village meetings, and my God, Colin, I know you've been chairing some of them, and people are asking for more and more and more in all the different constituencies. And really and truly, it speaks to the fact that Dr. Friday really has put together the best team that has ever contested an election in St. Vincent and the Grenadines to govern, because our candidates are in the field, they're doing work, they're turning around, putting on events, and still doing village meetings, and people are still asking for more. So I just want to commend the hard working candidates who are on the team. And if they're working this hard already, I can't imagine what they will do when they get into office, because our country desperately need people who are working and working hard on the interest of the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And there's nobody who could say in good conscience that, oh, the candidates them laid back and waiting, because every single week without fail, you're seeing that there's a village meeting, you're seeing them on the ground walking, you're seeing them on social media. So anytime you see the propaganda, and I'm encouraging NDP supporters, anytime you see propaganda from the other side about how they sit down and they're waiting, that is complete rubbish, and you must push back on it, and you must defend the good name of the excellent team that Dr. Friday has put together. And so coming up this weekend, Colin, you have a town hall, a meet and greet town hall in Mariaqua. Brother Philip Jackson will be having a town hall there, and it will be happening at Madeline Mars shop in Korea. It starts from 2:30 p.m. and he has told me to let everybody know that he is going to be starting on time, because he's a disciplined man. So he is asking persons to come out on time on Sunday. It is from 2:30 to 5 o'clock. So I'll give you that again. Mariaqua, that is Mariaqua, your MP candidate, Philip Jackson. He'll be having a meet and greet town hall on Sunday the 15th of June at Madeline Mars shop in Korea from 2:30 to 5 p.m. And then on Sunday as well, Senator Siobhan John, she will be having a Father's Day appreciation activity. And this will be happening, actually, forgive me, on Saturday. Her event is on Saturday, June 14th. It starts at 4 o'clock, it ends at around 7. It's hosted by Senator Siobhan John at the Langley Park Government School. So there'll be lots of games, sports, live DJ music, giveaways, barbecue, chicken and pork, health and wellness booths. So I am aware that they'll be talking about prostate health and stuff like that because it's Father's Day. And she also has a Father's Day competition that is going on her social media page where you can win, an amazing prize. So that is this Saturday. Senator Siobhan John, she'll be having an event on the 14th at the Langley Park Government School. So we're encouraging all fathers to come on out and be a part of that as she does that appreciation activity in Wynwood. South Central Wynwood, that is Brother Israel Bruce. On Saturday as well, that is the 14th of June, he'll be having a village meeting in Greg's. So there'll be a village meeting in Greg's near the community center starting at 7:30 p.m. So on that lineup, you'll have Major Leacock, Senator John, Chieftain Neptune, Andrew John, Philip Jackson, the man himself for the seat, Israel Bruce, and our political leader, Dr. Godwin Friday. So you're invited to come out to that one as well. That is this Saturday, 7:30 p.m. near the community center in Greg's. And also you have on Monday we will be having a village meeting in East Kingstown. The date for Monday is the 16th. So in Mala Village by Miss Joseph Shop, 7 p.m. Monday, June 16th. And on that lineup, you'll be having Shaka Cupid, Laverne Gibson Belloc, Chieftain Neptune, Chairman Daniel Cummins, VP Leacock, myself, PRO King, uh, Bramble, who will be bringing home the seat again in East Kingston, and of course our party leader, Dr. Godwin Friday. So those are the upcoming events. If it feels like a lot of calling, it took me a while to get.
But it shows that clearly the NDP continues to keep up with the momentum heading into elections, which is good because the people want it.
Yeah, and I am aware also that Sister Velox is having an event coming up as well.
Very soon in Calico, that one would be.
Exactly. I don't want to. I think maybe you could talk about that one.
Yeah,
But
we're ready to let the cat out of the bag with that one yet. But it's very soon. It's this month, and it's going to be happening in Calico, the Calico Square.
Great. So I would hold on that one. But yes, look forward to Saturday. There'll be the Father's Day appreciation in North Wynwood in Langley Park. There'll also be in the night in Gregg, South Central Wynwood, Senator Israel Bruce near the community center. It starts at 7:30 p.m. And then we have on Sunday in Carre at Madeline Ma's shop, which is Brother Philip Jackson Maricor. That is your time. And then in East Kingston on Monday, we'll also be having a village meeting. I also know that Terence Oliver is having a talent in the streets competition. There's not a date for it just yet. However, he has a flyer out that if you want to participate in it, whether it is drama, singing, um, whether it is drama, singing, dancing, you can register and participate in it. There's lots of prizes to be won. So if you're in Union Island, you can register with Roxanne of Vanilla. You know who they are, Roxanne of Vanilla. They're Terrence workers in the constituency. And in Canawan, you check Shenny or Shirley. So that is Southern Grenadines. There's also an activity for you to participate in. It's called Talent in the Street. Yeah, you can sing, dance, do drama, whatever it is that you're talented at. The registration is out in Union Island. Check Roxanne of Vanilla, and in Canwan you can check Shenny or Shirley. And in wrapping up, Colin, I want to also comment. Yesterday, I went around with Sister Laverne Gibson Bellox in in California, we went to the Fisherman's Day, and man, it was so good to witness all the people who were just going to her, welcoming her and greeting her. And I could tell that the people in that constituency wanted change, and it was so encouraging to see how embracive they were of Sister Velox. And it also says to me that there's a sense of familiarity, and that means that she is on the ground in East St. George, because automatically from the moment we started walking from where we were parked to get on to the field, people are stopping her every few footsteps that we went. So I went there, and then I also went to Major Leacock's um, fair in Central Kingston in Green Hill, and I could see again people continue to come out and support Major. So the NDP really is working on all cylinders. And it is interesting, these events are not easy to do. And Major has been doing this event in Green Hill every year without fail. And it must be commended, it must be mentioned. I had some very good barbecue yesterday. I won't let him know whether or not the committee
Mm-hmm.
so yes, those are all the updates, Colin, and I would continue to listen off air.
All right, thank you. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You just heard from the PR of the New Democratic Party, Lavon, of course. And if that ain't enough to tell you, the New Democratic Party is on the move.
Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. They gone. Totally gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Family gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now.
People fed up with the nonsense, ladies and gentlemen. People fed up of the nonsense. 20-something years and nothing more than just more lies, and more propaganda to make you believe that they really care about the future of St. Vincent and Grenadines. We have another call. Let's take it quickly because I still ain't touched what I want to touch on yet, but let's take this call. Let's see where. Caller, hello?
I said, this certainly is not propaganda.
Tell me. Tell me, Dougie, tell me.
Well, I want to reiterate some things that the PR
Mm-hmm.
I listen to a lot of persons sometimes call me and say, what the NDP doing and this and so forth. I say, have you been paying attention?
Mm-hmm.
Have you been true? Oh no, but I did. I said, but you're listening to crap.
Mm-hmm.
You're listening.
Yep.
Somehow you have itchy ears and you are listening to crap. Because if anybody genuinely follow what has been happening with the New Democratic Party and its activities and its activism, I mean, over the years you hear the same thing.
But Dougie, let me just ask you, right? In the age of technology that we're living in now, if you need to find out something, right? If you need to find out how to fix something or you want to find out some information about something, everybody quick to go on the internet these days, Google and YouTube, and type in what they're looking for, and all the information is there, and they get instantly get to learn.
And even false information too.
Exactly. But the point I'm trying to make is people in this day and age still saying, oh, they don't know what the NDP plans be. It's simply because you are not looking for the information. Because everything there is online.
You listen to Job Comforters, man.
Exactly. But you say you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, right?
Because just like Lavon said, Major been doing this in the Green Hill for all these years. He's been doing Block 2000. All the really honoring people and to have a very good cultural issue there. And really and truly, if you look at Major's event, I'm talking about what I'm very familiar with. He's they know he's a politician and he's doing things. He also does things with the community and make sure that he doesn't do a kind of politics that chase other people. He encourages people to come and participate. But also, you take a person like nature. Anybody can say that won't see nature. They have to be wrong because I have known the Labour Party supporters who meet me and tell some of them even come and say, boy, I saw nature today. He passed this way, he did this way. They see he's always walking. He don't make a lot of noise.
Yep.
He's easy going.
And if you listen to the meeting that he had, right, the way in which nature talk, he knows, as they would say, every nook and cranny of his constituency, and he was there calling out everybody's name.
I went up in, just happened to drive because I had to go and do some things, and I was telling Miss Velox here. I was teasing her and so forth. I said, I heard you been, hey, she, who tell you that? I said, well, I don't want them people might want to go after me today. I met guys who say, boy, we'll come up here to see if Miss Velox up here. She was just past here a couple of days ago. She sit down with me here. She talk with us. Say she been through the constituency.
Every day she's in the constituency.
Teach.
Yeah.
I go to church in Stubbs, right? And I know.
So you just leave Dorset there and go all the way in Stubbs to church?
Yeah. I'm a Stubbs man now. I take him with Brian Alexander.
He's a Stubbs man. Okay.
Brian Alexander citizenship from Stubbs.
All right. All right. And you just, and I know we say you just don't go when it's mango season, right?
He's a mango stoner.
All right, doggy.
But but one of the concerns that a lot of people in Bayou and that area have is the number of Spanish names that are on the voters list up there. Because they recognize that they have lost the constituency to teach. And people are concerned. Genuine people are concerned with the number of Spanish names on the voters list. And I ask people to check it. I want people to go back and also and check in East St. George the number of Africans and Indian names that are not Vincentian or original. You know, it's something I would like to see change with this whole Commonwealth issue. I would love to see it change. And I think NDP would have to take the conservative. We are Commonwealth people, right? Canada is part of the Commonwealth. But Canada, I don't think Canada has the law. I don't think so. Like, to be corrected, that you can vote if you are not a citizen. I don't think most Commonwealth countries allow that. You cannot vote in England. I don't think so. I stand to be corrected. I have to ask Britain Horn because it's an excuse for corruption. It's an excuse for corruption. And a manipulation in corrupt practices could allow a lot of people who go on the voting list. Let me tell you something. You check and see how many Africans in East St. George. Check and see how many Indian and in East St. George. When I say these things, you know, I'll give you all a story about the Africans who I met on a piece of land down there.
You did. I remember you did one time right here in the program. Yeah.
And that is serious. The man has. I said, how long you been here? He said, for 5 months. And the man have ID to vote. The other one was there about 6 months. Yeah, they got IDs to vote. And that is troubling to me. Now, in this context, now that I'm speaking of it, how people are on the voting list, I am very concerned, Colin.
Dougie, I don't know if you might want to change your location. I'm getting a lot of competition from the wind.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. I was sitting closer by the window. And the wind is extremely high at Dorset.
Yeah, it's very windy today.
But I am concerned about Colin. I'm concerned about the manipulation that the ULP is doing for the Southern Grenadines. And I want to encourage the NDP to seriously look at this as challenges from a legal perspective and challenging it. Because they are doing any and everything to stay in power because they cannot live without power, you know. The family cannot live without power.
Yeah. Well, I do know that the leadership of the New Democratic Party has met with the supervisor of elections and raised quite a few of the concerns in terms of what they're seeing as concerning issues as it results since the passage of Hurricane Beryl and the placement of persons from the Southern Grenadines. And I think they are awaiting a response from the supervisor of elections. So,
because the situation, Colin,
it is concerning.
It's concerning, but also it is dishonest of the governmental authorities to want to treat the Southern Grenadines as a normal case of people moving from constituency. These people were forced by an act of God and circumstances that are not normal. And you have to treat it as abnormal and have a special dispensation for the people of the Grenadines.
Yeah. And all efforts should have been made to make sure that their lives are rebuilt in time, because it's been over. It's almost like, well, it's roughly a year now, and persons are still. Well, we know that, Doggy. That's what I'm saying. They should have gone above and beyond to make sure that they are back in their homes. It shouldn't have taken a year.
It is not in the Labour Party's, Unity Labour Party's interest to make that happen. Yeah. So they are dragging it out so they could try to make a case. You have to understand the minds of these people now. They will use any and everything, but the challenge has to be, if there is no understanding that these people, now the same how you can have the fast ferry, you have 2 fast ferry now, and you have so many boats going to the Grenadines. When is the day of voting? The same how you could move people up and down for that purpose, you could do it for them. That, or if not, is to create a special Grenadines polling station or pay for the people who inadvertently, without their wanting to move, was forced by the government to move to the mainland, as they say, for safety. Well, if you then create the safety net for them down in the Grenadines in this long period of that you are pussyfooting for rebuilding, because Carriacou has been rebuilt. But anyway, but we have heard all the excuses why things there happen and who much foreigners helping and what. So we can't help ourselves. Yeah. But we are using it.
And we're in the month
as a mechanism.
We're in the month of June and the clock is ticking, eh?
Right. You're using it as a mechanism to manipulate voting down there, because you can't see yourself ever win those seats. And you're going to do any and everything. And then again, I'm concerned about South Windward. If people understand the kind of work that Teach has done in the South Windward area, it is amazing. And I've listened to people who are Labour Party support were. And I've been through them. I speak to many people who know me. And they have said to me, Dougie, well, I think we have to vote for it. I went up in a place there where, in Bel Air, going up, oh boy, what do you call it? Going up Fairhill on top of a hill, I forget the name of the hill. And where...
Anyhow, Dougie, we're coming up to the commercial break, eh?
Yeah, but where people are saying... the amount of walkabout that Shaka has been doing. He's not been making a lot of noise on the radio and so.
Right.
But I met a group of people. I'm going to tell you, I put my neck on the block for about 17 guys that I know, no less than 17, who told me that they used to vote Labour, but they're not doing that this year. And that is instructive. So people don't get itchy ears. Pay attention to what has been happening on the ground. Colin, those are my concerns.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Dougie. All right. I'm telling you, we're going to rock them and we're going to shock them. This general elections, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it in my bones this time around. I was having a conversation with somebody. I know how many of you felt at the last general elections. You felt defeated, you felt deflated. And I said, boy, you know what? Maybe this was a blessing in disguise, because there's a saying. The longer the battle, the sweeter the victory. And people had to see. People had to see. Let me take this call quickly before we jump into the commercial break. Caller, hello, welcome to the program.
Mr. Graham, good morning, sir. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. Morning, man. Welcome.
Yeah. Okay, I feel disappointed when people try to choke cold water on people who says who question the NDP plan. Let's face it, some people are up to no good. We understand that.
Clearly.
But there are genuine people who ask that question for whatever reason. Let me use today's program, right? A lot of people is at work. They're not hearing this program. You agree?
Well, I know
whether they are farmers, whether they're working with government, whether they're working with the private sector.
There are some businesses that don't allow their workers to be listening and what's not. There are some people who would. Yeah, so it's a give and take. Yes, I would agree to an extent on that.
No, but you're not expected, if you're on a job, you're not expected to be listening.
That's what I'm saying. Right, that's what I'm saying. So, but in some cases, they do. Right, there's some businesses that they would have the radio on while businesses is going on and what's. So it's a give and take. So that's why I say I agree with you to a certain extent on that one. Yes.
Okay, but I think feedback and reviews are very important.
I have no problem with that.
You all need, choke cold water on people who question the NDP's plan.
Right. So let me ask you this, and I take exactly what you're saying, and that's why I asked Dougie. Right. In this day and age, a lot of persons say, boy, okay, something gone wrong with the laptop, or something gone wrong with the washing machine or the stove or whatever. They're quick to go on Google or even YouTube, because YouTube is pretty much YouTube help you fix every and anything. And they type in the information there, how to fix a broken knob on a stove. And bam, the tutorial comes up there and explains everything to you. Yeah. I am saying we're living in an age now where everything is readily available. The New Democratic Party has a website, right? With all the information that is there. Plus, the New Democratic Party is present on all social media platforms. Every single one, the New Democratic Party has a presence there. And all the information that you are hearing, even here in the New Times program, for the benefit of those who, like you say, may not be listening to the New Times program during the day for whatever reasons, right? Whether you're home on afternoons and what's not, people are quick to jump on the phone. They can go to the NDP's website. They can go on Facebook. They can, just like how they would type in Eyewitness News or follow Eyewitness News to get the latest news, or any of the other social media platforms, or any, for example, social media platform that they are interested in, that they quickly hit the like button to follow and get all the updates and all of that. They can do the same with the New Democratic Party and get the information, even though they might not be a supporter of the New Democratic Party. But let's just say I support the ULP, but I want to hear what the NDP's plans and policies are. So let me follow them on social media. So when they put out new information, I can also see it, and I could read it, and I could follow the information, because I don't have time to listen to the radio. When the news come on television or radio or whatever, I could follow the news. I could read the articles, right? Everything is there on social media and on the touch of your phone right there. So in this day and age, when persons say, I don't know what the NDP plan be, like I say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Okay, can I speak now?
Go right ahead, my brother.
Okay, so somebody say they don't know what NDP don't have a plan. They could be, comparatively speaking, they know NDP is proposing something, but whatever they know about the NDP is just not enough. So that's why you must listen to people and ask them, why are you saying that? What is the reason? Can you explain?
Right. And go ahead, make a suggestion.
Okay, I have suggested that the NDP should have suggestion box for people who are not happy with what the NDP is proposing so far and would like to make their own suggestion. It's a feedback mechanism. You need to listen. It's a way to listen to potential voters.
All right.
Engage people.
All right. And again, I would come back and say, if you see the New Democratic post something on, let's say, fisheries, on its social media platform, in which you might have been following, and it pop up on your timeline, and they make a suggestion about something, and you either agree or you disagree or whatever, you can leave your comments there, and I can assure you that there are members of the New Democratic Party and their social media team that are there that reads the comments.
Yeah, but I did that, and currently somebody blocked me from the NDP page, somebody blocked me from Bruce page for doing exactly what you're suggesting.
Somebody blocked you?
Anyhow, that's yeah, that's beside the point. Right?
Okay, so
but
let me let me ask you something. Wait, let me ask you something. So have you been following the New Democratic Party's messaging? Are you following? So you've been following on social media the New Democratic Party's platforms, right?
Very much so, yeah.
So you are aware of what the NDP's plans are?
Yes. And I'm saying I think it's fall short on a lot of areas.
All right. So you agree? So you agree to disagree that you follow the New Democratic Party, you have been hearing the NDP's plans, and you're not fully satisfied that we are touching all the bases that you would like us to touch?
Yeah, your appeal is not broad.
Fair enough.
Your appeal is not
fair enough.
Appeal. And I want to be specific. Can I be specific? I'm not going to be long. I want to be specific.
Mm-hmm.
In my village, I see a lot of...
Which village is that?
Mongrenan village.
Mm-hmm.
The government repair or replace a lot of roofs, right? You're talking
a lot of roads?
House roof.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A lot of people had the house roof and they couldn't repair it because of poverty, because they're poor, because they just can't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been looking in NDP plan for what if we had elected NDP last election? What is it in the manifesto that said that these people would have gotten help? Okay, let me ask you a specific question.
Wait. Let me answer your question. Let me answer your question before you ask the other question. Right?
Yeah.
You say you ain't see anything in NDP's manifesto. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
When disasters strike this country, and you just heard when Beryl passed that disaster strike, both government and the government is made up of the opposition and the ruling Unity Labour Party. NDP and ULP make up the government. All right? Because people tend to want to think that the government means just ULP alone. No, the government is both the NDP and the ULP form the government. And they had a bill and both sides agreed to the bill to put monies in to, of course, hurricane relief to help build back houses of people that have been affected by the passage of Hurricane Beryl.
Yeah.
That was the NDP. That is the NDP helping. So those same house roofs that you talk that are fixed back in your constituency, in your village, is because the New Democratic Party agreed and signed on to that bill and say, yes, let we give these people money to help fix the roof. It's not ULP fix the roof, no. It's the government of this country fix the roof.
I can't recall that I said that the house was damaged by storms or anything like that, right? These are poor people. The roof needed repair. The government repair it. And who's
the government? Is the government ULP or is the government the ULP and the NDP?
Well, it depends on the context.
No, it ain't depend on no context, brethren. According to the constitution of this country, the government is made up of the NDP and the ULP. And any legislation that is passed and approved in the House by both sides to help poor people in this country, it is because of the NDP and the ULP both agree on it. That's the bottom line. Don't try to paint no thing here to try make it sound like the NDP. And guess what? At the end of the day, the NDP is not in government. So it's only so much that the NDP can do. That is why the NDP has proposed and said, look, we want to make sure that we put in every constituency the Constituency Development Fund to make sure that even if today or tomorrow, and when the NDP forms government, that even if there is a ULP candidate in the constituency who has not been elected, that they will get the funds that are necessary to fix up and help people in the constituencies. I hope you hear me because it sounds like you're having another conversation.
Yeah.
You heard me? You heard me?
Yeah,
you heard what I just say, right?
But let me just ask this question.
Yeah, you notice how he just want to hear what he want to hear. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the question and hang up and listen to you very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
What is the NDP proposal for helping the poor with housing, land, university scholarship, and social welfare? I need to hear the NDP plan.
All right. If you all right, cool, no problem. Thank you.
Okay.
And if you ain't hear me address it today on the program, call us. One of you caller, help me please now. Help me please. And I ain't just saying that because I want to answer his question. I want somebody else to help me answer that question for me, please, because it seemed like, again, like I said, when all the information is there on social media. So, hey, I have a manifesto in my bag. I should have just tell him, give me his phone number and give me his location. Let me drive and bring a manifesto to him. Let him read. You know what? Even better yet. When the New Democratic Party manifesto for this year come out for the general elections, I will make sure I make it my business to find you and give you one. Even if I have to sit down and hold your hand and make sure I turn every page for you read every single page. But you see the point I'm making, ladies and gentlemen. They are those, no matter how much of the information you put out there for persons, no matter how much you put out the information there for persons, we get it that not everybody will be satisfied. But the fact of the matter remains that the NDP will continue to make sure that we put the information out there on all means, on all the platforms. Ah, boy, our people. But my brethren, I thank you for your call. I really do. Because it still shows that we still have some work to do to change some minds of some people in this country. I think we have a call coming in. Let's take this call quickly. I don't overdue for the break. I was going to take the break. Caller, hello, welcome to the program.
Morning, Colin.
Morning, how are you?
I'm blessed. I am blessed and I'm upset.
Don't be upset.
I know the first one. Listen to me.
Don't be upset. Don't go hard on him. Don't go hard on him.
Okay. No, I'm not. I know the first one. I'm not going to call the name.
Okay.
But since I'm listening, I'm in New York, and since I'm listening to this caller, I don't think if he ever have any good thing to say about NDP 5%.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why is he beating down on the NDP. NDP now in the office for nearly 25 years. He know what NDP did over the years, that 17 years they were there.
Mm-hmm.
I am upset when he took up.
But what gave him what gave it away for me is he trying to make it sound like the government was helping poor people get back their roofs and helping them rebuild and what's not. My dear, I'm getting a lot of background noise from you.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of background noise from you. It is really drowning me out here. All right, I guess she's gonna call back. But like I say, I guess there are a lot of persons with this notion that when they get help from government, that is ULP that is helping them. It is not ULP that is helping you. It is the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, which is made up of both the NDP and the ULP. Like I said, when Beryl passed and wreaked devastation on this country, it was the New Democratic Party that said, we agree, let us put money to help poor people in this country to rebuild. It's taxpayers' money. It's our money. It's your money. It's not their money. Caller, welcome to the program. Hello.
Why every time Labour Party getting stronger, all the rest are going to win?
Which, how to be the red Kool-Aid you drinking to believe that Labour Party getting stronger right now? How to be the red Kool-Aid you drink now? You add maybe a little bit too much this wrongs. You add maybe a little bit too much this wrongs. Because for anybody to believe right now, with everything that is going on in this country, that ULP is actually stronger now than they've ever been, then you're really taking an overdose of the red Kool-Aid this time around. Have to be. Have to be. Let me take another call quickly. I'm going to the commercial break. But hey, all, have me sweet this morning. Caller, hello, welcome to the program.
Good morning, Colin.
What's going on, man? Welcome.
Wonderful program, man. I always love to hear you on the program.
Thank you.
One of the reason why I'm calling, right?
Hey.
2 points of view.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, people who was working in Mustique, they work in Mustique for years, 20 years, 5 years, 1 year. They never have to vote in Mustique. They used to come back on mainland to the village where they was living and vote. So I don't know why they're talking about, because you stay 6 months on the mainland, you have to vote in mainland. If you're from Union Island, so you go back to Union Island, or they set up something at Peacemore, and where all the people then from Union Island go there and vote.
All right then.
I don't see no problem with that. The next point of view.
Go ahead.
There's a lot of people whose house get damaged and whose house didn't damage on mainland. The ULP is fixing over their supporters' house and fixing over NDP people's house, even their house roof has been damaged by the hurricane.
Did you listen? Did you listen to Nigel Nature Stevenson meeting recently? Because both he
I didn't get to listen to it. I really live in New York, but
I hope I could find the part. I hope I could find the part to listen. They have a candidate.
I have a part.
Yes, they have a candidate who wants to go up against Nature in South Leeward, right? They're calling him Tech Back because they were distributing material. And when they found out that a certain individual, and he went live on social media and said, watch here, imagine I get material after my house was damaged by beryl. And because they find out that means NDP and me supporting NDP, look, them come for Tech Back, the lumber and the galvanized. They come back to take them back.
I saw all of that, Colin.
All right, then.
And me and his father went to school together. Me and his father went to Bailey Secondary School together.
And that is the level of
I know
pettiness.
him well, I know his father well, I know his nephews and his niece.
That is the level of pettiness.
He cannot make it against nature. He's not ready.
Come on now, man.
Because I even heard the planning to trade him to somebody else.
Hey. But that is the level of pettiness. That's the kind of politics they want in this country. Man, watch. I don't want to come call me and tell me no.
They choose to fix who they want to fix house.
Correct.
And if you're a supporter of them and you need to get your house fixed, they must fix it on the mainland. They forgot about the people in Union Island. They come a second class in Union Island.
But it's pressure
My
on them.
grandmother from Union Island, so I know what I'm talking about.
But the pressure burning them right now. That's why they just calling no one want to come and because pressure burning them.
But at the same time, the NDP candidate who in parliament, they vote for the money to fix all the houses.
Correct.
But they're choosing whose house they want to fix.
Correct.
There's people whose house get damaged from the hurricane, and up to now they can't get their house fixed.
Correct.
So I don't understand.
All right, my brother. All right, thank you.
Thanks for taking my call. Have a great day. Continue the good work.
Thank you, man. All right. Well, you're coming in sharp this time, boy. Caller, hello, welcome.
It's just me, Karen. Good morning, my brother.
What's going on? Like they really wake up all of you today, boy.
you are making a point there, and I like how you were going back to deal with my friend, with my schoolmate.
You know him?
That's what time we went to school together, man. That's it. No, get it. I like to let the people know that there's nothing that Ralph is doing now. He is in government using taxpayers' money.
Correct.
That the NDP.
Oh, the government fixing this and the government fixing that.
Exactly. That is the point I want Vincent to get in there. There's nothing that is beneficial to the people in a positive way that the NDP would not be able to use taxpayers' money to do.
Correct. So you feel it's only ULP alone in office could help poor people? So when the NDP get into office and things happen in this country, that the NDP ain't going to help poor people?
Keep educating the people along that line. So there's nothing that they enjoy now that they would not continue to enjoy under the NDP. I'm gone, my brother.
All right, thank you. Oh, you gave me a chance this morning. Caller, hello, welcome.
Hi, good morning.
What's going on, my brother? Man, don't laugh, no, man. It's serious times. It's serious time. You gotta take this thing serious. Who you laughing at, Jed?
It's days like today that I do not envy you and the kind of difficult task.
God knows why I make me cup. God knows why I make me cup of black coffee strong this morning.
but let me address some of the absurdities that we heard this morning. The idea that you, as a member of a community in Mount Brennan, in order to find out whether a new representative for the NDP under the new NDP government was going to fix houses that were in a dilapidated state, that you would go and look in the manifesto of the party to find that.
I mean,
as if the manifesto is 10,000 pages long and it contains every little piece of minutiae that a new government would have to,
But we know why your friend nitpicking.
There's something which I term macro representation and micro representation. Macro representation is where a government, for example, in this case, a government in waiting, like the New Democratic Party, put forward a manifesto that covers the general stuff, all of the big issues, whether it's agriculture, fisheries, whatever. But then
I'm glad you say fisheries. I see
the
an article I want
individual
to touch. Go ahead.
candidates would have their own, specific manifesto that deals with specific conditions in their particular constituencies. For example, in Central Leeward, Conroy has a 10-year plan. I don't think you could find that in the NDP manifesto. It's an extension of the manifesto, but it wouldn't say specifically, nothing in the manifesto would say specifically that, okay, we are going to fix the road in Bottle and Glass. Right? So, I mean, it's you know what? What I find interesting is that the level of, I would say, how they look at the NDP is almost as if the old saying, you take your time and find and kill an ant and you find the belly. The
But you
kind
notice
of
it's only one or two of them. It's only one or two of them. It's only, and you know that too. It's only one or two of them. Yeah.
It's amazing. But let me just wrap up by saying this: no political party has a responsibility to spoon feed anybody any information. Okay, their major responsibility, their primary responsibility, as in by way of messaging, is to seek as many means as possible to get their messaging across.
My friend, the Bible, and the wisest man in the Bible said, seek knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
That's right.
Seek knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. If all the information is there and you want to know, if I want to know what's going on with the ULP, right? You think I can just sit down, me know what the ULP do it. I will go and make sure that I read up everything. I listen to what they're saying when they're in parliament. I listen to what they put out on their social media platforms. I try to gather as much information as I can from them so I could understand fully where they're coming from. So I could say, well, all right, I agree with this or I disagree with that.
Colin,
you could really lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And I'm using horse as the nice animal.
There's a dual responsibility here. You have the responsibility of the political party, which I just explained. And then you have the responsibility of the individual person, the individual voter, to go and seek that information.
Exactly.
Right?
But if you just want to listen to one side and one
there's
side
a
alone,
shortage of opportunities to get information. We have village meetings here, there, and everywhere. We have radio programs, we have night programs, we have things on Facebook, and then of course we have town halls like the one coming up in Maria.
Correct.
I mean, it's
so to you for you to say that you don't know, clearly it is because you don't put up a block. You don't put up a block and a resistance. No matter what they come with and no matter what they put out, I still going to say I don't know what all your plans are. Let me tell you something. I have a very good friend, right? I have a very, very good friend. He's been Labour for years, even when back in the days when I was. And we still have that friendship intact to this day. Every now and again, he can call me. And I know he might be out making the wrongs. And if he's not out making his wrongs, he's in his office. He's sitting down today because he just listen. He just listen and we just talk and we just call. He just say, boy, Colin. And sometimes he and all this say, boy, Colin, boy, I ain't hearing all the plans and this and I ain't hearing all the plans and that. But then when he do hear and when we do have conversations, he can say, yeah, it's true. I hear that part in truth and I agree with all and this one. But then he goes on to another. But then I ain't hearing but this particular area. I say, well, hey, you just didn't choose to maybe listen or hear at that particular time. But it is there and it was said.
But the information is there, and that's the bottom line.
Correct.
The information is there. It might require a little bit of elbow grease for you to go and find that information. But then again, everybody in St. Vincent and the Grenadines by now should know who the various candidates are for the different constituencies under the NDP, and you know where to find them if you need to find them.
My brother, if we want the sweetest piece of the commerce, we know exactly how to go and find it. Not true?
Exactly.
When we want the sweetest piece of commerce, we know exactly how to go and find it. So why it is when it comes to the New Democratic Party plans and policies, you can't find it? Watch me. Don't play with me. Don't play with me today.
They have one standard for the incumbent party, and they have another standard for the NDP.
They could know everybody commerce. Everybody comments right down to what's going on in their own home. They couldn't everybody comments, but anyhow, I want to ask you this before you run off, right?
Yes, sir.
You remember back in the days, Fisherman's Day celebration, what it used to be like at the fishing complex in capital city Kingston?
Remember it well.
You remember it well? It used to be massive.
Massive.
It used to be traffic blocking.
Well, all of that.
All of that.
All of that.
What you think
all
about
of that?
What you think about it now? And when you hear the Minister of Finance saying they're going to put $1.8 million in further support for SVG fisher folk, what does that tell you? As compared to what you know,
game.
As compared to what you know, what Fisherman's Day celebration used to be like in this country.
They're late to the game. I mean, after 25 years.
Not just that, they kill it.
Sometimes I wonder if they really listen to themselves, or they're just so caught up in their political, the political thinking. Because they've been there for quarter century. They have been in government for quarter century.
Fisherman's Day used to be like another carnival in Kingston. It's the same day when I think the Bishop's College Kingston used to have fair, and those two events used to clash in Kingston. You talk about people.
Exactly.
Fisherman's Day was alive and well in this country. Fisher folks was striving in this country. Now all of a sudden you kill fisher folk in this country. You bring in all kind of sweet deals. You give away all kind of sweet deals to all kind of foreign companies to compete against our local fisher folk till you have the gumption enough now to come and tell people, oh, we're pumping an additional 1.8 million in further support for fisher folk in this country. When you done kill it.
Colin, let me say this to wrap up this conversation, this excellent conversation we are having. You mentioned the Kingston Fish Market. That whole complex was built for the benefit of fisher folk in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. As it stands now, the way that this thing is run, as a matter of fact, I would join with Doug Howard in questioning why the fisher folk, the fish that they bring in, is being controlled, or whatever the activities of the fisher folk are being run out of the input warehouse, the agriculture input warehouse.
You know that there are fishermen some of them who are not afraid to say that they make more money when they catch the fish, put it in the back of the vehicle and go up on the road and sell.
Exactly. And that complex was designed to maximize benefits in terms of profits to fisher folk. But right now, that complex stands as a monument of oppression when it comes to fisher folk in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. From overcharging them for ice and storage, from preventing them from docking their boats at the jetty, which was designed for that very purpose. And then putting them in Lomans Bay, and there, as Dougie said this morning, there are no sanitary facilities for them. So it doesn't matter if they go in the bush and do their business. I mean,
but you want it exactly. But you want it to sound like now you love fisher folk and you're doing wonders for fisher folk and you're pumping millions of dollars now into fisher folk. Because guess what? Yes, stupidity is an election year. Election right around the corner. So, fisher folk, guess what? $1.8 million in extra support for fisher folk this time around. But guess what? They could hardly get a fish sell in this country because guess what? All they don't give away all these sweet deals. And guess what? The same foreign companies that you give sweet deals to is the same foreign company now that turning wrong and giving local fisher folk and farmers competition in this country to sell the goods.
That's right. This is the very same Minister of Finance. Look in his constituency and see what's happening there with rainforests.
Correct.
Somebody reminded me over the weekend, right? And this I'm just gonna drop this and move on. That yes, you should listen to the politicians in power. Listen to what they're saying. But compare and contrast their words with your reality within your community, within your various industry or whatever. Listen to them carefully and compare. Make a comparative analysis with the reality that you are experiencing on the ground.
Absolutely.
And you would come to a conclusion that it's time for them to go. Thank you, Colin.
Thank you
for the good work, my friend.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. I have one more caller on the line, and then I'm going to take the commercial break. Please, all allow me take the break. Caller, hello.
I'm not getting the program in Marco.
Yes, there is Dougie Self mentioned it this morning, spoke to me this morning. They're doing some, I think Vinlek is doing some work down in that area. So for now, the station is off air until they rectify the problem.
Okay, then, thank you.
No problem, my dear. All right, thank you.
All right.
Thank you. All right, let's take the commercial break and we're going to come back with more for them, ladies and gentlemen. Stick around.
NDP myself. We sending them home. Comrade going home. Hey. This year we go rock them. This year we go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. This year we go rock them. NDP go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. Every day, working go well. Boy, one day, party I go chop out. Tell them say, nothing lasts forever. Change must come, and this is the hour. This year we go rock them, NDP go shock them. We sending them home, we sending them home. This year we go rock them, Friday go shock them. We sending them home, we sending them home. Things are really hard in the country. Things are really bad in the country. Everybody balling, poor people crying. Unemployment high in the country. Crime and violence all over the country. It is so alarming and real frustrating. And this government, they don't really care. So when you're voting this year, make sure get them out of here. Yo! This year we go rock them. This year we go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. This year we go rock them. NDP go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. Every day, working go well. Boy, one day, party I go chop out. Tell them say, nothing lasts forever. Change must come, and this is the hour. This year we go rock them. NDP go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. This year we go rock them. Friday go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. 25 years you win power, yet we continue to suffer. Yes, you living real well, and we catching real hell. Some can't even buy bread and butter. Extreme poverty, yes, and hunger all over the nation. Some facing starvation. Who go out and do? Better look for rain. So tell them that this year they never coming back again. Yo, this year we go rock them. This year we go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. This year we go rock them. NDP go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. Every day, working go well. Boy, one day, party I go chop out. Tell them say, nothing lasts forever.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Bonady Supermarket in Kingstown, serving the nation with quality service and excellent prices. At Bonady Supermarket number 2, located at Upper Middle Street, we are proud to serve you. We are second to none. Call us at 457-1616. We at Bonady Supermarket number 2 will always be here for you. Bonady Supermarket, serving the nation with quality service and excellent prices.
Traffic is backed up on major highways.
Oh, I need gas. Good thing there's a Sol nearby.
Oh, good, because we really need a drink. We know your time is precious and you have enough detours. Our convenient locations are there to serve you on your way. Enjoy the journey. Choose Sol.
It's the energy of we people, something pulsing inside. It beats in every soul, a feeling we cannot It's always pushing us forward, the limit up in the sky. There's rhythm in how we flow, a rhythm that can't be denied. It's in the feeling in our weak side. It's in the meaning in our spark. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are, cause the rhythm of life keeps pumping. Together going strong, no matter what we keep things flowing. The people we will go all in, our hands up in the sky. Celebrate and come let your rhythm flow, 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 flow. Come let your rhythm come let your rhythm flow.
There are many cleaning companies, but there is only one company that cleans, and that is VinceClean. So you don't have to wait for a season. Cleanliness is enough of a reason. Just finish building your dream home and wish to move in? Then VinceClean is for you. Do you have oil mark where that car is parked? New tiles just laid and want to remove tile grout, cement or paint? VinceClean is for you. Shampooing of chair sets, mattress, carpet, house cleaning. VinceClean is for you. So whatever cleaning you need and for the best prices and quality on the market, telephone 431-1360, 457-1649. VinceClean, 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 the best in service.
Get dinner and candles alight, popcorn for your movie night. One stop and get it right. It's that good. We've got what you're looking for. All the brands you love and more. Get everything at Massy Stores. Massy Stores is where you wanna be. We take care of you like family. We do all that we could to treat you like we should. It's that good. It's that good. That good. When you shop at Massy Stores. That good.
Massy Stores, our family serving your family.
Lewis Pharmacy. We specialize in friendly service with a personal, professional touch. Hence, we take pride in offering patient counseling on all prescription and over-the-counter products. We welcome inquiries on prescription drugs, vitamins, herbal preparation, fitness nutritional products, cough, cold, allergy, and all other health care products. For the convenience of our patients and surrounding community, we are situated uptown opposite the bus stop at Juicy Building. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Lewis Pharmacy.
Get value for your money. Shop at Richardson Motors.
Shop at Richardson Motors Limited and enjoy 3 services in one. Hop into our convenience store for a wide array of snacks, drinks, and toiletries. Visit our mechanic shop for specialized treatment for your brakes, exhaust systems, and wheel alignment at our garage. But there's more. When you shop at Richardson Motors, get a free oil change service, clean, high-quality fuel, or shop from a wide range of automotive parts and accessories. We are conveniently located along the Arnesville Main Road. Drive on up.
Reliability, convenience, and variety.
Richardson Motors is your #1 stop.
TK Graves and Company is the #1 supermarket, 100% contention. The Intention Supermarket. We've got more of what you're looking for in multiple locations to serve you more and more. In business now for over 50 years, and you will always say by shopping right here. Oh yes, we're #1. CK Graves and Company, and we are Vincent John, a supermarket for you and me.
Air filters, oil filters, fuel filters, disc pads and brake shoes, clutch disc, pressure plates, rotor plates, engine parts, fan belts, timing belts, oil seals, spark plugs, radiators, radiator hoses, water pumps, universal joints, suspension parts, KYB Japanese shocks for Toyota, Nissan and Suzuki, tie rods, rack ends, ball joints. You can also get accessories, cleaning supplies, polishes, titanium tint, black tint, Valvoline motor oils, Toyota and Honda motor oils, transmission fluids, Michelin wiper blades, headlights, corner lights, HID kits, HID bulbs and ballast, LED bulbs, and much more can be had at Automax Auto Parts. Automax goes the extra mile and spend the extra dollar to ensure that you get first quality Japanese auto parts. Come see the difference at our showroom opposite the basketball court in Camden Park. Call us at 458-2000 or 529-2070. Visit us on Facebook, Automax Auto Parts. Drive the extra mile to get the best first quality auto parts.
Please note that we open on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
I passed by a brethren the other day. If you see he plays rat and cockroach racing, mosquito fighting one another for come knee in your ears, and the amount of woodlights I see, I had to wonder if them been in the wood with no attack and build the ark. I said, bye, call Flick.
For the eradication of pests, Flick is your answer. Before and after construction of your domestic and commercial buildings, Flick uses environmentally safe chemicals and keep washrooms fresh with the Aroma Odor Control and the FemCare Sanitary Disposal Systems. Call Flick Pest Control today at 457-1857 or click www.flickpestcontrol.com.
Memorial Funeral Home is the first in SVG to offer on-site cremation service. The new and modern crematorium provides a safe way to memorialize your loved ones. Memorial Funeral Home offers a variety of urns in which you can preserve your loved one in a personal way. Cremation can ease the financial burden as it reduces the cost of a standard funeral service by 50%. Caskets can also be rented. Cremation is a necessary option to the overcrowded burial grounds across the country. Their friendly and courteous staff will continue to take care of all your funeral needs, whether you choose to bury or cremate. If your loved ones die abroad, there's no need to worry. Memorial Funeral Home can assist in the transportation of bodies to SVG and from SVG to any part of the world. Memorial Funeral Home services can be accessed at their two locations. In Kingstown in the Russells Building at telephone number 453-2697 and in Mesopotamia at 458-8888. The Memorial Funeral Home, leading the way in modern and affordable services. Call us. We care.
Randy's Supermarket is perfect for all your grocery needs. We have a range of liquor, liqueur, and wines, fresh and quality bread, and our weekly specials will simply amaze you. Conveniently opened 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays to Thursdays, and Fridays and Saturdays 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have competitive prices and friendly staff. Randy's Supermarket, located at Lower Bay Street and Terrell Street. Call us at 456-2994. Randy's Supermarket, where shopping is fun.
Hey! We all in on this. Enough is enough. This is it. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. You want to hear it again? Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Properly gone. What hidden in darkness must come out in light. Yes. Don't you be a coward. Just stand up and fight. Remember they fight the teachers like they have no right. Remember forcing them to take vaccine. All of that was spite. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. You want to hear it again? Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Properly gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Totally gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Family gone. Crime situation is out of control. Every time you wake up, you're losing another soul. The people, they're not satisfied, but they're afraid to open their mouth. Why? Because if they say anything, the vaccine food up your mouth. Stop the call. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. They gotta go. What the tell you, enough is enough. The people say, come, they gone now. 1, 2, 3. Totally gone. Enough is enough. The people say, they gone now. Oh, I hear that again and again. Enough is enough. The people say, they gone now. They gone. They gone. They gone. This country in shambles. People can't get work. Young girls on the corner begging for a buck. Why? If you don't believe, come out after 6. Nah, the things you will see on the street, you can't believe it. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now.
They gone now. From Bridgetown to Georgetown to Kingston.
The people say they gone now.
Everything else is just villages. My goodness.
People say they gone now.
All right, we had 11 minutes after the 12 o'clock hour, ladies and gentlemen. Folks, Thursday gone. On Thursday gone, the New Democratic Party's Vice President, Nigel Nature Stevenson, had a powerful and dynamic village meeting in Campton, as they would call it, Camden Town, Camden Park. Yeah, Camden. He had a wonderful meeting. Full support from President, Vice President Major Sinclair Leacock and President Dr. Godwin Friday. Of course, he had the full support of his fellow Leeward candidates, North Leeward, Central Leeward. They were all there to rally and give his support. For the remainder of the program, I want to give you, for the benefit of those of you who may have missed that meeting, I want to give you some of the presentations as quickly as I can from that meeting, starting off, of course, with the president and leader of the New Democratic Party, Dr. Godwin Friday.
Good night, everybody. One love. You hear? The other day I was at a function. I just saying this by way of introduction. And I remind people that love, it is a 4-letter word, but it's not a dirty word. This is a word that tells us that we have to reach out to one another. We have to lift each other up, not pull each other down. We have to look out for one another because you might be ULP, NDP, and OP, but we are all Vincentians. We are one people. When I hear tonight, the speakers who came on, my colleagues who are here on the stage, starting with Brother Fitz, and of course, the Major and Nigel. We heard from Conroy, and from Kishore, and of course, from the man of the hour, Nature Boy. I call him the smooth operator. You know the song? I don't think Fuji have it keyed up. Fuji, I want to hear enough is enough. Let me get a little bit of that. He's a smooth operator. You know that song? Listen, I didn't play that song just because I wanted to dance. I played because all that you heard this evening from my colleagues, they should underscore that fact. They should make the point clearer and clearer to everybody all over this country that enough is enough. Enough is enough. The people have come to the point where they can't, you know, people used to tell me when I see them and so forth, it's like, oh, Friday, I hope we make it this time. Friday, all you gotta do this, you gotta make sure you prepare for the ballot box and you secure them and so forth. I tell them we done all of that. You know what they're telling me now? When I see people, I tell them, oh God, I can't wait. They call it thing, man. What are you waiting for? Because everybody know, they made up their mind that this is the time. We have had enough. You heard from the speakers earlier, made the point that there are people in this country who are, for them, it's a bed of roses. They eat already and they're eating again. The same people benefiting over and over again from this government. It's as though all of us, the entire country, is just there to solve their needs, while the rest of the people are falling further and further behind. Now, if you ask yourself the question, what is the essential difference in terms of values that we bring that separates us from the people who they know? And it is this: we have your back. We are looking out for the people of this country, whereas the people in government now, all they're doing is looking out for themselves. They are getting fatter and fatter. I like to say the bread is butter on three sides. There are SUVs that are going away on vacation, and they're telling you that things are nice. You have to accept things as they are. What do you want more for? That is because they're full. It's the same people who are benefiting all the time, and that ain't going to change. How it could change? They are so entrenched how they feel that whatever they do, they can get away with. That the people in the country, that they have so put them under oppression, that they have so made them feel that only them are the answers, that the people can't tell them to get the hell out of here. Well, I tell you, we have the opportunity to do so coming up in the next general elections. And this is a choice that goes beyond just the next 5 years. It's going to affect us perhaps forever. So we have to make sure that we do the right thing and we get them out of office. Enough is enough. I want to tell you, we have in the New Democratic Party, you hear nature talk here tonight. I mean, here is a man who knows his constituency intimately. He knows his constituents by name. He knows them from one part of the constituency to the other. And that is the kind of representation that you want. You want somebody who knows your concerns. You want somebody who is there with you, know how difficult it is for you to walk the path to get to your homes. Know the dangers that the rivers pose to your homes. Know how you have longed to have a road passing by or a street fixed so that you can either drive or walk there safely. This is a man who represents people. And you know what? The people in South Windward, they recognize that. So South Leeward, well, South Windward too, that comment just now. The people in South Leeward, in Nature's constituency, they recognize that. And this is why you always give him your support in greater and greater numbers. Imagine if he has provided such fantastic representation when you are here in opposition, what he can do when he sits around the table of cabinet in my government. When after the next election, you put him back there, and you put Nature there, and you put Conroy there. Yeah? You see, this man here, he will bring it to in Central Leeward. So you see, we have the people, we have the team. You know, this is not just this politics is not a sport. Sometimes we enjoy the back and forth, and the little stories that we tell, and so forth, that provide a little entertainment and levity. But you understand that what is at stake is something much greater. It is not just a matter of winning and losing. It is a matter of your future. It's about the future of your children. It's about St. Vincent and the Grenadines. How we go forward as a people. What is our future? What do we hope to get for the next, to leave for the next generation? That is what's at stake. So you can't just wish for something. You have to work to make it happen. And so what we have done in the New Democratic Party is we have put together a team of candidates, the best team of candidates ever, to be able to win in their constituency, and then once we form government, to deliver on the promises that they make to you, the people. And we have put together the plans that we believe and we know in our hearts will bring greater prosperity to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Because that is what our future, a good future in this country, requires. It's not about somebody coming and taking pity on you and giving you some galvanized and a little bit of lumber. That may tide you by. But it's not a living. It is not a future. It is not something that's going to uplift you. What you want is the opportunity to earn for yourself, to establish businesses, to be able to send the children to school, and when they come out they can find work, to be able to dream of a brighter future in this country. And it is possible. And so, realizing that, our team have come together. These people who have put their hand up and say, I want to be a part of that future. I want to help to create a better St. Vincent and the Grenadines for all of us. It's a brave decision to make. And you have honored those of us who have been in the vineyards for a while by returning us to Parliament every term that we've had elections. And now we have new candidates who have come on board, who are also going to get the support of their constituents in North Leeward. You have Dr. Shallow, who is shaking up the place up there. You have my brother Conrad Hogan's here in Central Leeward. Then we go to Mariaqua. You have Philip Jackson, a bright young man who is putting his hand up and saying, I want to be a part of building that brighter future. I believe I have something to offer. And of course we have in South Windward, Brother Andrew John, a wonderful candidate, somebody who knows the constituency like nature knows his, because he's been a teacher all over. Simple and ordinary, but effective and connected, more importantly, to the people of his constituency, who will provide representation to them because he knows what their concerns are. And of course, we have in West St. George, Kishaka Cupid, a young man of great talent and promise, who has also said, I will put my hand up. Send me. I will go and do this task for the people of West St. George, for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And of course, we have the stalwarts from the team who have been there before. We are going to be there in the future going forward as well. And so we have the team. We have the plan. Now, let me give you a little bit. Dr. Shallow talked a bit earlier about the new economy. Here's what we have done. We have to have a plan as to how we are going to develop the country. So we have to make it simple and understandable and also easy for all of us to grasp. Is we have taken the 4 major productive sectors of the economy and focus on them. We call them the 4 pillars. That is agriculture. You know, this government, they think agriculture is for the past. We don't. We believe agriculture has a bright future. And we will tell you more and more as to how we're going to make it happen. So believe me when I tell you, for us, agriculture is essential to the prosperity of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So that is one pillar. The next pillar is our tourism sector. Tremendous potential. We have just touched the tip of what is possible in this country. So that is the second pillar. And the third is what we call the blue economy. That involves fishing, It involves the yachting industry, which is very close to my heart in my constituency. And then we also have the Otley Hall Marina and Shipyard, which we will focus on. And I promise you, we will get that working within the first term of an NDP government, creating jobs, especially for our young people in this area. It will have this part of the country humming. Trust me on that one. And then, of course, we have the fourth pillar we call the new economy. And this involves areas that we don't normally think of as economic activity. And you heard Dr. Shara talk about sports. That is one area. We have also talked about the creative industries, what we have now coming out of Carnival to help our young people to be able to achieve their ambitions, their dreams, their skills, their talents, to see how far I can take them. Handicraft industry, information technology, those areas that are new, in a sense, as economic activity to our economy. So I want to elaborate a little bit on what Dr. Shara said earlier. He talked about the sports and so forth. This is an area, as you know, has tremendous opportunities. A lot of our young people, I remember growing up, I love cricket too, but hardly anybody except Mike Finley would have made it onto West Indies. And even when they make West Indies, you couldn't make a living doing it. Now, there's so many different leagues all around the world playing cricket, and so many people who can make a living from doing it, that we have to give our young people an opportunity to do it. In the athletics, in basketball, you know, Darrell Ford down from Canawan, who would have thought he made a good living as a basketball player. We have to give our young people those opportunities. So what we have done, we have said that we are going to focus on creating an environment to help to lift our sports people up. One of the things we have done, we have put forward a plan. We call it the National Athletes Program. And what that says is that young persons of talent in every field of sport, whether they're recognized by their coaches, by their associations, and so forth, they will be put forward for what in a sense would be amount to national scholarships in the sporting arena, so that they will have support from the state, so they could pay for their shoes, they could pay for the training and so forth, because we recognize that these young people, they have talent, they have promise. Those who have already achieved a certain amount, we will also put the resources behind them. You know something, you get one or two athletes who have made it, whether it's in cricket or basketball or in athletics, and their names gets out there, the return to this country is much greater even than for us here as politicians can do. And they themselves, they make a decent living, but they put our names on the map. And then people start coming, and then people start looking at us, and there's so many opportunities, you can't even imagine how the spin-offs are actually going to affect us positively. So it's an investment in them, and it's an investment in the country. So we have the National Athletes Program, which we will implement in this St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They have a similar program in St. Lucia, as Dr. Shala told you. So it's not rocket science. All we need to do is put our minds to it and to understand what the potential is and make sure that we give our young people the opportunity to take advantage of them. We also have, of course, in the creative industries, the talented people, our Vincentian music, our writers, our artists. Give them the opportunity to also, and the DJs, yeah, food making it play for himself. But we have to do this, and we will create an environment that helps to promote and lift up these individuals, these talents, not only as culture, but also as potential economic drivers in our economy in the St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We have to take every opportunity we can. I believe in our people, whether it's be in agriculture, in sports, or in the creative industries. I believe in them, so I want us to invest in them. And in turn, they will lift themselves up and lift up our people. Now, I just want to say one more thing that is particularly related to this area. I said to you that one of the pillars of the economy that we talk about is the blue economy. That involves fishing. And I know that you have fishing villages here. You have in Kettles, in Clare Valley, and they have over in Lomans Bay, but the government said they put their village here and they've done nothing. And Rocha Bay. But here's the thing with the fisher folk. I want to tell you something. I don't look down on fishermen. People look at fishermen and they say, well, listen, that's almost like a Lewis job. But they think of the potential. The fishing industry in Grenada, for example, generates 10 times as much as ours do for export. And you know why? Because they've invested in better boats, in bigger boats, in long line fishing, in tuna fishing, and they sell $150 million probably now to our $20 or $30 million that we do. So there's tremendous potential. And we have more water around us than them because we're an archipelago. We have so much potential there. So I want to tell the fisher folk, as I want to tell the farmers, that this Democratic Party government, we have built our economic program on you. So you have to succeed for us to succeed. It's not a question of doing you a favor. When you succeed, my administration succeeds. So we have to invest in you. So you can take that to the bank, that the New Democratic Party believes in you. We have built our strategy for success as a government on you. And so we expect that you will actually take advantage of those opportunities. So that is not just wishful thinking. It's a plan for the development of our country. I am excited about it. Whenever I talk to people about it, they understand. So we have to get the message out there. People have to know there's a brighter future on the horizon for this country. One man can't run the country forever. And you don't have all the ideas. In fact, as Conroy like to say, it's expired. Expired goods. You're sitting on the shelf, you know what happened to expired cans? They just sit there and they get bloated. So that is what's happening there. We now have to get new ideas. And we do have them in the Democratic Party. We have to have a new team to implement those ideas. And we do have that in the Democratic Party. And the next ingredient is you, the people of this country, to understand the moment that we are in, that we have a choice to make, and that we make it responsibly. It's not about the $5 here, $50 or $100 there. It's about the future of your children. It's about what St. Vincent and the Grenadines can be. The promise that we have, that we must make it happen. Milton Cato, of blessed memory, and all those people who brought us into independence, they never dreamt that St. Vincent and the Grenadines in this day and age would have a higher crime rate than it was in their time. That you have more guns and more killings than it was in their time. That you have greater poverty than it was in their time. They would have thought that St. Vincent and the Grenadines would have gone forward. And under the New Democratic Party, it did. It went forward at 5% growth of the economy every year. But under this blighted administration, we have gone backwards. You all fit say that they put us in reverse. The other day up at Green Hill, I say they run us on the rocks. Well, here now the wave is coming. It's getting bigger and bigger. Tell your friends and relatives, your neighbors, everybody. Let us join the wave. Let us make it bigger. Let it cap at election day. And let us take this state of St. Vincent and the Grenadines into new and safer harbors as we build a brighter and better future for all of us. My dear people, we got work to do. Let's get it done. God bless you. And together, we will win this thing. Thank you. God bless.
I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, the New Democratic Party is on the move. You just heard from the president and leader of the NDP at the village meeting in Camden Park for, of course, Vice President Nigel Nature Stevenson. Hey, let's take the commercial break. And when we come back, we have more from that village meeting for you, ladies and gentlemen. For the benefit of those of you who still want to know what the New Democratic Party's plans are, but you still feel you don't know.
This election, I want to tell you one thing. One thing. You see, we Vinci. What? You see, we're not voting ULP again. Never. They want everything for themselves. Everything. They acting like SPG is theirs. But SPG belongs to we. But it's ours. Ours. People, let me tell you something. Let me tell you. I don't like how Labour moving. Wicked. Every time they have all the big meetings. put them alone. While things in the country getting rough, poor people not making enough. I am appealing to every Vinci. Don't make Labour Party come by. Don't let them come. Things in SVG getting too hard.
Run your wealthy out of your yard.
This government treating me too bad.
Run your wealthy out of your yard.
Before the lack of work drive me mad.
Run your wealthy out of your yard.
When the children cry, we just get real.
Run your wealthy out of your yard.
How you run them all
out of your yard.
Run them all
out of your yard.
Run them
out of your yard.
Run your LP
out of your yard.
Run them
out of your yard.
Run them
out of your yard.
How you run them
out of your yard.
Run your LP
out of your yard.
Vincent people losing their mind. Things really wrong. Things getting harder all the time. Harder. Poor people can't maintain their home. No. So many people struggling alone. Things in the country keep getting dread. We keep fighting for daily bread. Year after year is hard to campaign. We can't take another 5 years again.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Get dinner and candles alight, popcorn for your movie night. One stop and get it right. It's that good. We've got what you're looking for. All the brands you love and more. Get everything at Massy Stores. Massy Stores is where you wanna be. We take care of you like family. We do all that we could to treat you like we should. It's that good, it's that good. That good. When you shop at Massy Stores. That good.
Massy Stores, our family serving your family.
Lewis Pharmacy. We specialize in friendly service with a personal, professional touch. Hence, we take pride in offering patient counseling on all prescription and over-the-counter products. We welcome inquiries on prescription drugs, vitamins, herbal preparation, fitness nutritional products, cough, cold, allergy, and all other health care products. For the convenience of our patients and surrounding community, we are situated uptown opposite the bus stop at Juicy Building. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Lewis Pharmacy.
Building construction and maintenance presents its complications. Lane's Home Vision is your agent of support and solution. From conceptualizing to execution and completion, we will manage your project at no cost to you and can undertake any job. From small repairs to general renovation and full construction.
Contact us now at 784-493-3411 for your consultation and hear about our exciting offers awaiting you.
Randy's Supermarket is perfect for all your grocery needs. We have a range of liquor, liqueur, and wines, fresh and quality bread, and our weekly specials will simply amaze you. Conveniently opened 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays to Thursdays, and Fridays and Saturdays 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have competitive prices and friendly staff. Randy's Supermarket, located at Lower Bay Street and Terrell Street. Call us at 456-2994. Randy's Supermarket, where shopping is fun.
There are many cleaning companies, but there is only one company that cleans, and that is Vinci Clean. So you don't have to wait for a season. Cleanliness is enough of a reason. Just finish building your dream home and wish to move in? Then Vinci Clean is for you. Do you have oil mark where that car is parked? New tiles just laid and want to remove tile grout, cement, or paint? Vinci Clean is for you. shampooing of chair sets, mattress, carpet, house cleaning, VinceClean is for you. So whatever cleaning you need and for the best prices and quality on the market, telephone 431-1360 or 571649. VinceClean, 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 the best in service.
Introducing Kitty Care Plus Pico-Actin Syrup and Mimglobin Liquid from Maya Organics PVT Limited. Kitty Care Plus is an optimum nutrient for growing children. It promotes physical growth and enhances intellectual performance. Pico-Actin Syrup has a synergistic combination of cyproheptadine and B vitamins that help to improve appetite and body weight. And Mimglobin Liquid helps to optimize growth and builds immunity. Get yours today. Kitty Care Plus, Pico-Actin Syrup, and Mimglobin Liquid. Available at leading supermarkets and pharmacies. Agent Bowman's Pharmacy. Call 456-2235.
It's the energy of we people, something pulsing inside. It beating every soul, a feeling we cannot. It's always pushing us forward, the limit up in the sky. There's rhythm in how we flow, a rhythm that can't be denied. It's in the feeling in our we talk. It's in the meaning in our spark. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are, cause the rhythm of life keeps pumping. Together going strong, no matter what we keep this flowing. The people we will go all in. Our hands up in the sky, celebrate and come let your rhythm flow, 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 flow. Come let your rhythm flow. Come let your rhythm flow.
TK Graves and Company is the number one supermarket, 100% intention. The intention supermarket. We've got more of what you're looking for in multiple locations to serve you more and more. In business now for over 50 years, and you will always say by shopping right here. Oh yes, we're number one. TK Graves and Company, and we are Vincent Johns, a supermarket for you and me.
Get value for your money. Shop at Richardson Motors. Shop at Richardson Motors Limited and enjoy 3 services in one. Hop into our convenience store for a wide array of snacks, drinks, and toiletries. Visit our mechanic shop for a specialized treatment for your brakes, exhaust systems, and wheel alignment at our garage. But there's more. When you shop at Richardson Motors, get a free oil change service, clean, high-quality fuel, or shop from a wide range of automotive parts and accessories. We are conveniently located along the Arnesville Main Road. Drive on up. Reliability, convenience, and variety. Richardson Motors is your number one stop.
Since 2012, we have provided reliable, professional dialysis services in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are now proud to offer you new solutions for your health problems. Each new solution is being delivered to you with the same high degree of care and professionalism. We also use the best technology in the delivery of our services. So, does your doctor need a precise view of what's happening inside your body? Let us perform an ultrasound for you. Ladies, if it's your breasts, then choose our mammography service. For all issues related to men and women's health at any stage in your life, our team can perform the necessary investigations to put your mind at ease and recommend solutions for your problems. If it's to see within your chest or check for broken bones and fractures, then use our state-of-the-art U-Arm X-ray service. For you aging men and women, we can now check your bone density, which will reduce any complications that may arise with overall bone health, osteoporosis, or arthritis. Health Solutions will provide answers and results in a timely, accurate manner in the most comfortable environment, while you are taken care of by well-trained and experienced staff. Please call us today at 451-2836 or 434-3170, or visit us online at healthsolutionsSVG.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Health Solutions, where we are providing solutions in SVG with care.
like to say that Captain Bligh XO aged rum is the best rum in the world. And now we can. Voted the world's best rum at the World Rum Awards 2014, Captain Bligh XO aged rum. World class in a glass.
Bonady Supermarket in Kingstown, serving the nation with quality service and excellent prices. At Bonady Supermarket number 2, located at Upper Middle Street, we are proud to serve you. We are second to none. Call us at 457-1616. We at Bonady Supermarket number 2 will always be here for you. Bonady Supermarket, serving the nation with quality service and excellent prices.
This election, I wanna tell you one thing. You see, we Vinci, what? You see, we not voting you will be again. Never. They want everything for themselves. Everything. They acting like SPG is theirs, but SPG belongs to we. But it's ours. People, let me tell you something. Let me tell you, I don't like how Labour moving. Every time they have all the big meetings, only my big money they spending, put them alone. While things in the country getting rough, poor people not making enough. I am appealing to every Vinci, don't make Labour Party come by. Don't let them come. Things in SVG getting too hard.
Run you will be out of your yard.
This government treating me too bad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
Before the lack of work drive me mad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
When the children cry, we just get real.
Run you will be out of your yard.
How you run them? All
out of your yard.
Run them. All out of your yard. Run them.
Run them. Run them.
Run them.
Out of your yard.
10 minutes away from the 1 o'clock hour. Welcome back to the New Times program, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, big things going on with the NDP.
Things getting harder all the time. Poor people can't maintain their home. No. So many people struggling alone. Things in the country keep getting dreaded. We keep fighting for daily bread. Year after year inside the campaign.
Reminding you this weekend, the NDP is on the move again.
Things in SPG getting too hard.
And look out, South Central Wynwood, Greg's, the NDP is coming your way with Senator Israel Bruce. Big village meeting just outside the community center in Greg's. And you know the NDP leadership, you know we cutting loose with Bruce. So South Central Wynwood, it is your time. Come out and support Senator Israel Bruce. And it's going to be happening Saturday, the 14th. And of course, we're reminding you, down in the valley, the bread basket of SVG this year.
Well, the government just don't care. They don't care.
Get ready, Mario Qua. It is your turn to rally around. Brother Philip Jackson, he's going to be having a meet and greet, town hall style. That's going to be happening Sunday the 15th. Correct. It kicks off at 2:30. Want to encourage you to come on out and be there bright and early. And of course, you know, Senator Siobhan John, she got Big Father's Day celebration going on. Non-Wynwood. And so we rallying hard behind the New Democratic Party. We in June. Soon as Carnival done, we're going to be kicking it up in another gear again. What we going to do?
Run your LB out of your yard. Run them out of your yard. Run them out of your yard. Run them from out of your yard. Run your LB out of your yard. Run Canelo out of your yard. Run Sabato out of your yard. Run Ralphie out of your yard. Out of your yard. Run Luke Brown out of your yard. Run Brewster out of your yard. Run Carlos out of your yard. Out of your yard. Run them.
You know, the New Democratic Party The NDP is on fire, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, they were on fire recently on Thursday gone in Campton. Yes, Campton. There is a tongue in Camden Park. It's a tongue in Camden Park. It's called Campton in Camden Park. All right? Nobody. Anyhow, none other than Vice President of the NDP. And we're talking about Nigel Nature Stevenson. And the whole NDP team was on fire down there. Of course, representing from the Kingston seats, his fellow VP, the Honorable Major Sinclair Leacock. He was fiery at that meeting as well, sending off some shots for the man who wants to come up against Nigel Nature Stevenson in South Leeward. And when I say the Major was on fire, I mean the Major was on fire. You know, the normal Major. Let me play some of that for you. And once I have some time, I want to play Nature too as well, so you can get a full understanding as to how well the man from South Leeward understands his constituency, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the Major.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Future suspect, I can't call his name because he professionally, but these things will happen. Camden Park. I think I have it right. It's Camden, right? Camden Park. Which kind of Camden Park? I don't even know the name of the place. It's Camden Park. I'm from Gangate, you know. I'm from Gangate. I see Nature confusing thing. Nature says Campton. So we settle for that. Well, good night, Campton, Camden Park, Camden Park, South Leeward, West Kingston. As you notice, they have the Major appearing fairly early tonight. And that should tell you that since I'm on the Leeward coast, there's obviously some kind of political bias here between Kishore Shallow, that is, Conroy Huggins, and Nature. And that's because they're all sportsmen. And tonight, they decide they're changing up the batting order. And that Major should come and face the shine. Well, Nature actually said, all man is man. Don't come tell me been a long time and you're supposed to bat down in the innings and so forth. So, as an obedient political servant, your Major is here tonight. And I'm not disappointing you, but I'm going to let you know I'm going to bring a little bit more than greetings from Central Kingston. And then I'll ask my illustrious chairman, Igel Adams, to address you in a more substantial way from a Central Kingston point of view. But there are a few things that I want to do tonight. I want to let my Vice President colleague Nature know I'm exceedingly happy to be here on the platform tonight. Dr. Friday, excuse my bad manners. Let me recognize that my president is here as well and will be here closer to you a little later. And my colleague from the East, the man who votes for me, and I vote for him too, so he gone? He gone in my seat. He said my right hand man tonight. Fitz, I just protect my seat very seriously. The fact that I get up there, they go and they have a little. You understand? I don't skylark in my seat, Fitz. Anyhow, as is you. As is you. And the other colleagues who are here tonight, let me get on with my conversation. Tonight, I want, in the first order of business, Nature, and with your permission and approval, address something that is dear to me in this upcoming elections. I have been making a political point wherever I go, that one of the things that Ralph Everett Oldcrown Gonzalez has succeeded in doing in St. Vincent is taking away our self-belief. In other words, as a people, we have increasingly lost that Shakaya spirit which we had, which meant we believed in ourselves. When I do that, I normally cite example that is peculiar to the poor classes of people. And sometimes I give an example or two. One of the favorite examples I give is of a lady on a radio station, a radio program, asking for a few sheets of plywood to build a shack. And when asked on the program why she don't want a house but a shack, she said, I too poor to live in a house. I don't deserve a house. That's why I'm asking for a shack. Just think about that. That's a young lady, full of life, who should have great ambition, but has made to be believed that in this life, in 2025, she is not deserving of being in a house. That's one example I use. I use a second example. Ralph repeatedly boasts that he has over 5,000 people on poor relief. If you're on poor relief, you have a monthly income of about $275. NDP say we'll get up to $500 as a starter. Maybe a little bit more than that. But the point is, for that $275, he has 5,000 people who are committed to vote for him. Pay attention to what Major saying. If what I'm saying is true, almost all pensionable people have at least one person living in that house with that person there. That's reasonable? Because you're old, you can't do what you think, so you need someone to help you. That possibly means that nearly 10,000 people vote for the ULP because they get $275 per month. You see how low the bar is? They singularly keep that government in office, you know. Just think about it. That's 1/3 of the people that will say, thank God for my house. That's how it is. I can go and give you other examples. That's why I use a big word. I say St. Vincent is poverty rich. What I mean, the ULP and Gonzalez has learned how to exploit the poverty of this nation and to keep himself in the Taj Mahal, as E.G. Lynch used to describe it. So that's for poor people. And you may give them a pass. You may say they don't know better, can't do better, and forgive them for their misfortune or the ignorance in their circumstances. You Major? So that's fine. I hear you and I understand you. But in this constituency of South Leeward, you have the same, and I chose my words carefully, the poverty of the mind, the poverty of the spirit, the poverty of intention present before you. And that's why in Green Hill, at my own meeting this week, I said there's a gulf that separates the New Democratic Party and the Unity Labour Party. Where is that gulf? Where is that difference? Listen to this. You have, for want of a better name, a person who calls himself a prime minister, first among equals. And when he came to office, he swore, he took an extremely strong position that he will not have a political attorney general. Huh? That was his argument. And he went for others who were not in the public service. Fast forward to where we are now. Forget what he did to Elvis Daniel. Forget what he did to Johnson. Forget what he did to Bash Thomas and others before that, where they had to resign as teachers to do politics. He changed the law. And he said, I think different now. So let teachers, public servants run for election. But in the process of doing that, we have in the parliament a gentleman, and I will call him out by name, Grenville Williams. He is the Attorney General. In that regard, his loyalty, his constitutional responsibility is to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Am I not correct? The Attorney General has to see the law, interpret the law, and advise on the law in the best interest of every man, woman, and child, or as Campbell would say, every boy and girl who wants justice in St. Vincent. You can't take sides. You cannot take sides when you're an Attorney General. If it is wrong, it is wrong. And if it is right, it is right. So you cannot sit in the parliament and say that you can't have questions put to you by the opposition because you are the Attorney General. But as soon as the bell ring and Parliament over, you change your tune, you bathe your skin, and you're in the constituency as politician. You can't happen like that. You can't be politician, you can't be Attorney General by day and politician by night. Choose one. And if you had the lowest modicum of decency, you would resign your position as Attorney General and come forward to the people as a politician. You understand that? And if Ralph sees that, and Curtis, and Jimmy, and the whole shebang, every one of them is guilty of bad political hygiene. But over and beyond that, it demonstrates that whether you're poor or you're low, even those who are supposedly high in office and education genuflect on the altar of Ralphism and political expediency and corrupt this country, and it stinks and stinks to high heavens. You in South Leeward therefore have a responsibility to end that. And when that choice comes before you, you not only vote for Nigel Stevens, you not only vote for the key, but you take your foot and you kick ignorance out of the window and say, never ever, not you, not here in South Leeward, not here in St. Vincent. We may be poor, but we understand what is political decency. So I invite you tonight I invite you tonight, stand with your man. Nature and Major go together. We are the vice presidents. I'm not going to speak tonight on deeper issues in this constituencies, because they say when they build the sinking port in Kingston, which is a record, the first time I hear port sinking. I didn't say stinking, I said the sinking port in Kingston. They intend to close the one down here. If the port brings economic income to South Leeward, it means that unwittingly, they are planning your economic demise. Less mouths in South Leeward and Camp Park will eat a food by their action. But that's a story for another time. You have, as my colleague Fitz has said, a representative who is constituency focused. There isn't a parliamentary session in which Nigel doesn't call this road, that road, this river, that river, this experience, that experience, in detail for and on behalf of his people in South Leeward. Damn good at it. He's an extremely good constituency representative. And so it shall be, because he got the baton from an equally good political representative in Jerry Scott. And he can do no less, because he comes in the tradition of the New Democratic Party, where representative politics comes forth. When you are elected as a representative, it's not about you. It's about the temporary privilege you have been given to serve the people who have put you into office. You understand? I said, come bring greetings. Oh Lord, if that's greetings. Well, you know why I made you speak. Major, tell the people why you love nature. Like Fitz, like nature, we are united on some cardinal principles that separates us from the others. That's why I say there's a gulf between us, So don't come and tell me all of them, this saying them as knock cup, them as drink glass. Me ain't doing that with them. Me ain't that with them. I take no prisoners in politics. You understand? I hear even the master Sam Colin trying to get me into things, asking me what if all you ever see red lime. Well, I would like Ross to look up on a lime tree and see if a lime tree can hold he. I don't believe so. Anyhow, in this political exercise, here is what nature subscribes to, and I'll come off the stage on this one. To a man, every member of the New Democratic Party, starting with our esteemed leader, Dr. the Honorable Godwin Friday, says this: we believe and will practice what we call the implementation of a constituency development fund. Big words. What does that mean? If nature comes here and makes promises to you, we have a responsibility to give him the means to fulfill those promises. So I argue, and my colleagues agree, and my leader subscribes. Every representative of the New Democratic Party will have a substantial portion of money allocated to his or her constituency, that they can do the small things that mean big things in your life. I can't understand, for the love of me, how educated people, so-called sensible people, sometimes called decent people, can take a dose of gum. And if it wasn't a public meeting, I would say jackasses on the other side and sit down and watch a buffoon drive them to lose their decency, and not one of them could open their mouth and leave it in the mama. As Cameron asked, I said, no, me no want no money for spend for myself. And Ralph have millions of dollars that he could get woman for go can do woman, get hair do, climb stairs, do this, do that, feel up, rub up, all kind of blasted, indecent conduct. You know, don't bring me to talk on meetings because he should have gone a long time. Long time. We fall wrong with him too much. We play with him too much. But I tell you, this time, he gone. This time, he gone. Ralph gone. Ralph gone. Ralph, you're gone.
We're not voting you will be again. Never. They want everything for themselves. Everything. They acting like SPG is theirs. But SPG belongs to we. But the dance is ours. Ours. People, let me tell you something. Let me tell you. I don't like how labor moving. Every time they have all the big meetings. Who give a big money they spending. Put them alone. While things in the country getting rough, poor people not making enough. I am appealing to every Vinci. Don't make Labour Party come by. Don't let them come. Things in SPG getting too hard.
Run you will be out of your yard.
This government treating me too bad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
Before the lack of work drive me mad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
When the children cry, we don't get real.
Run you will be out of your yard.
How you run them? All
out of your yard.
Run them. All
out of your yard.
Run them.
Out of your yard.
Run your LP
out of your yard.
Run them.
Out of your yard.
Run them.
Out of your yard.
How you run them?
Out of your yard.
Run your LP
out of your yard.
Vince, the people losing their mind. Things real wrong. Things getting harder all the time. Harder. Poor people can't maintain their home. No. So many people struggling alone. Things in the country keep getting dread. We keep fighting for daily bread. Year after year is start a campaign. We can't take another 5 years again. No. Things in SPG getting too hard.
Run you will be out of your yard.
This government treated me too bad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
Before the lack of work drive me mad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
When the children cry, we just get real sad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
Man, I'm telling you, and what a meeting that was. South Leeward. All for Vice President of the New Democratic Party, Nigel Nature Stevenson. 14 minutes after the 1 o'clock hour, and as promised, I want to now bring to you Nature's presentation to show you just how intimate, how connected he is in that constituency. It's a Major solid as a rock, but Nature is just as solid as a rock. But it's a Nature is the force of nature in that constituency of South Leeward. Let me big up the folks of South Leeward who continue to rally and champion behind Vice President of the New Democratic Party, Nigel Nature Stevenson.
All right, Fuji, thank you. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, MC Colin. I want to say a very, very pleasant good night to the party leader, President of the New Democratic Party and next Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Godwin Friday. Good night also to Vice President Major St. Clair Licol, the man from Central, who is solid as a rock. I want to say good night to my colleagues who have been on the stage, at the platform also. Brother Fitz, Bramble, our representative in East Kingston. I want to thank in a very special way Kay, my wife, for blessing us here tonight, for invoking the presence of Almighty God. But I also have to say how grateful I am to stand here with my brothers from the Leeward Corridor, Conroy Huggins in Central Leeward, and Kishore Shallow in North Leeward. Together we will ensure that we seal off the Leeward Corridor. And once we seal off the Leeward Corridor, it means that the government is formed right here on the Leeward Zone. Because I know Terence and Dr. Friday will take care of business in the Grenadines. And the Major and Daniel Cummins, the waterman, will ensure also that they solidify our position. So, with them in place, and the 3 Leeward candidates, we are gone. Clear? Because you heard the urban batsman earlier tonight. You heard how beautiful, how wonderful, how great Fitz was. And he did not give you any grumble talk. He talked from the heart. He said what the New Democratic Party will do for the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I extend also good night to the members of the executive of the New Democratic Party and all you wonderful people who are here with us tonight. South Leeward, I thank you. Visiting friends, I thank you for being here tonight. You could have been anywhere else. You could have been doing anything else. And I see my cousins over there. Thank you guys for being here also. You could have done pretty much anything you want to do. But I am so blessed. I am so thankful because you, yes guys, have decided that you want to spend the night with us right here in Camden Park. And my heart goes out for you. I will not forget, never forget the faces that I see here tonight. And when I was sitting there earlier, I was smiling. And when you see me smile, you might have thought that I win the lotto. But I didn't win the lotto because I don't play it. I can't win it because I'm never in it. But what I do know is with the help of you, the wonderful people of South Leeward, the nature boy will always win this constituency. I see the faces and I realize one thing is for certain. Nobody does it better than South Leeward. Colin alluded to the fact that he has seen, well, he has never seen a procession anywhere in St. Vincent and the Grenadines like we had the last general election. We started right here and we went all the way to Vermont. But guess what? That very day was nomination day. And the people on the other side, they had a handful of people driving up and down and say, well, I don't know what they called it. But when they saw the enormous number of people as we went over to Kittels, every man jack went into their home. All man in the hole. Because they never see anything like what they witness from the people who support the New Democratic Party and the Nature Boy. I want to thank you because election after election, you ensure that in the New Democratic Party, the most votes come to the Nature Boy. And not just the most votes in the New Democratic Party, but the most votes for any candidate in any election in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And I am confident that you will go to the polls again whenever the gentleman decides that he's going to ring the bell, and you will ensure that we cross the 3,000 vote barrier. That's the bar that we have set, and we will ensure that together we surmount that. We get over that. Because when you go out to vote, you are not just voting for the nature boy, you are voting for your future. That is why we're saying, with the nature boy, your future is brighter. Now I heard a number. I get you, Brent, I get you. Well, listen, there's so many things that I want to talk about. But my heart is filled not just with joy, but also with compassion for the people of South Leeward and the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Because after 24 years and counting, your lives have gotten worse under the Unity Labour Party. People who used to live a decent standard of living, enjoy a decent quality of life, we have seen that depleted under the Unity Labour Party. And people who used to be able to provide for their families are no longer able to do so. People who are able to pay their bills comfortably, feed their families comfortably, they are no longer able to do so because of the advent of the Unity Labour Party. That is why we are saying in the New Democratic Party, we have to restore hope. We have to restore the broken spirit of our people. Because far too many people are walking about hopelessly. They do not have within themselves the hope that they're going to make lives better under this government. And you heard Major talk earlier tonight about that very sad case of that young woman who called in on national radio asking for some plywood to build a house because she didn't see herself better than being able to live in a shack. And the maximum leader that we have here, leading our country at this moment, is saying to the Vincentian people that you must make do with what you have. How is it that you can have a leader who said to us in non-certain terms that he does not work for bottle stopper, which means that his salary is handsome, which means that he is living life to the fullest? How can you explain a family, one family, that gets the best jobs in this country? They never had to wait in line like the rest of you young people, waiting in line, writing applications, and wait your turn to get a job. But they are the proverbial grave diggers. They want to start at the top, and that family is living life to the fullest. Not only that, how do you explain an individual who has never worked a single day in his life and is bragging that he's the youngest millionaire in St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Never work. And people are suffering. People are going to work, going to bed, bewildered. When they go to sleep, they don't know where the next dollar is going to come from to feed their children, to send them to school. But you have one family who control the finances of this country. One family who is living life like millionaires, and the rest of us catching hell. Then we have to stop that. And South Leeward, you are going to help us stop that. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, it is time for you to wise up. We all have one job, and one job only. That is to ensure that we put an end to the Unity Labour Party, the reign of terror of the Unity Labour Party. That is our job, to ensure that there is change by voting for the New Democratic Party. And when you vote for the New Democratic Party, you are ensuring that you create the environment for a better life for you and your children. There is hope. We will restore hope. and we will restore your confidence and your spirit. My friends, there is an individual, over the years I do not talk about my political opponent. But there's an individual who is going to be contesting, might be contesting against me. Because already I am hearing that the Labour Party is reconsidering whether or not they want to run the individual. But I will tell you this. We were at the Parliament having a meeting. Usually when there are certain bills in the Parliament that before it comes to the Parliament, it goes through a committee that they call a select committee to go through the bill before it goes to the Parliament. And do you know, we were going through something that is called the dog bill. We were going through the dog bill, and I said to myself, boy, Labour must be really going to the dogs if they're bringing a dog bill to the Parliament. But the Prime Minister, who was a member of the select committee, left the room full of people and called me outside that room. And you know who was left inside? The person that he has lined up to run against me. So we were having a conversation, and this was his conversation. Next, boy, how much votes you really win, boy? And I heard somebody was shouting it out earlier tonight, 5 or 5. So when he hear 5 or 5, he said, boy, I ain't studying your seat. Imagine he telling me that on the outside and leave his horse locked up in a room and tell me I ain't studying your seat. Well, if you are studying my seat in South Leeward, there is not a single person that should go out and vote for the Unity Labour Party in South Leeward. I'll tell you 2 things about this individual. You heard Major talk about him tonight. Major referenced him. And my brother Conroy also talk about those persons who have been brutally slaughtered economically by the introduction of that wicked draconian vaccine mandate. And I see we're right in the crowd here, a victim of that vaccine mandate, who had to leave her job because she chose not to take a vaccine. But there's something that a lot of us are overlooking. We know it is a wicked act. Yes. We know also that the Public Service Union and the Teachers Union, they went to court and then they won the first round in the court. But what happened after that? They appealed the case. But while they keep appealing the case, this is what the Prime Minister said. He said, I said Trisha there also. Trisha is a nurse. She can't go back to work. She has to be struggling because she chose not to take a vaccine. This is what the Prime Minister said on public radio. Because once the ruling went against them, there was a big cry that they have to compensate all the public servants for the months that they've been out of work. But the PM said, I rely on the Attorney General's advice. What was the advice of the Attorney General? Not just to appeal the case, but don't pay the civil servants, because if the government wins the case, the civil servants would not be able to pay back the government. You understand what I'm saying to you? That is the advice that the government relied on. Who did that advice come from? It came from the Attorney General of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So when he comes to your house, remind him that the government relied on his advice, that the people, the poor and the working class, have been sent home because they made a decision that we're not going to take a vaccine. He said, don't pay them their money, because if the case go against them in the appeal, they can't pay you back. Do you understand that? Keep that in the back of your head. That is the kind of individual who is asking for vote. The other thing too, you know, not so long ago they had love boxes and all of this. I don't need to come here and tell you who I am. Everybody knows who I am. I may be many things, but one thing I am not is a pretender. You know me inside out. Planted, you get some young planted. But guess what? Guess what? They're young. But if the planted young, you can't ripen it. You gonna take forever to ripe. And take it from me. I used to plant planting too. But this individual went to Bottom Kittels. I hear her. He's from Bottom Kittels. But never had a relationship with anybody in Bottom Kittels. So he took a box, a love box. He went into a particular yard and called a young lady and said, I come to bring this for your father. Give your father this because I know you're taking care of your father. A love box, eh? You know what is bad about that? The man died 5 years ago. 5 years ago. And he's presenting the man with a love box. You see? I'm telling you, Major. The man died 5 years ago. And he bringing a love box for the man. Which means he's entirely out of touch. He doesn't even know the people in the area where he grew up. And if you don't know the people in the area, how can you represent a constituency? You don't understand the needs of the people. But I tell you this, when the New Democratic Party wins the next election, I have been in the wilderness for 15 years. And that 15 years, I have learned. I have been with you. And I know exactly the things that concern you most. So when we win the next day, we take a little break, we celebrate, and then I walk tirelessly to improve the lives of the people of South Leeward. I will not be bringing you a gift for a man who died 5 years ago. My gift to you would be to serve you, to make sure that there's a better quality of life for every household in all of South Leeward. Brent, thank you. Brent painted this wall here for me in yellow, right? You see it? You heard Brent on Facebook not so long ago. In Palestine, when a certain gentleman, after Brent get materials, taxpayers have to pay back for that. Because they credit the materials and you have to pay back. But a certain individual go and say, I want back them 3 streets are galvanized there. You can't have them. Well, I ain't calling no name this time. But Brent tell me to say the man name take back. So when you take back, come and walk through Camden Park, say go back. When you go Palestine, tell take back to go back. We don't want any such people. If you're going to take back 3 sheets of galvanized from the poor, huh? And guess what now? We can hear him on the video saying, you know why we're doing this? You know why we're doing this? And the thing is, the man is not even the representative. Be careful whose hands you put power in. Be very careful. And I want to sound a warning to Camden Park. Because the last election, I noticed in a polling station that the Unity Labour Party candidate get 100 votes. That should never happen in Camden Park, and we will make sure the next election it doesn't happen. Because Camden Park is NDP territory. You have to set the example, and we're going to wipe them out there.
They want everything for themselves. Everything. They acting like SPG is theirs. But SPG belongs to we. For the Canadians.
We will stop it there for today, ladies and gentlemen. As Vice President of the New Democratic Party, Nigel Nature Stevenson, bringing the fire in Camp Tongue.
Every time they have all the big meetings.
aka Camlin Park, another village in the tongue of Campton. Yo, people, election coming. This weekend, Maria Qua. Check out the town hall meeting with your candidate, Philip Jackson. Then, of course, you have Big Mother's Day celebration. North Windward Senator Siobhan John. Then it's your turn. South Central Windward, Greg's. Senator Israel Bruce. Right outside the community center. All of this happening this weekend. The NDP again. And again. And again. So that is where we're going to come to the end of the program today. Godspeed again. I'm going to be back again with you in the near future. Tune in tomorrow for another edition of the New Times program. Until then, what we going to do?
Things in SPG getting too hard.
Run, you will be out of your yard.
This government treated me too bad.
Run, you will be out of your yard.
Before the lack of work drive me mad.
Run, you will be out of your yard.
When the children cry, we just get real sad.
Run, you will be out of your yard.